Yeah, so today we will be doing a case study of Indian generic drugs and supply chain surplus. We will be talking about Novartis and it's of Basel, Switzerland, patent holders of Gleevec, that is imatinib mesylate and imatinib, you can say, a highly acclaimed drug for chronic myeloid leukemia (CML). It enjoyed monopoly in the pharmaceutical world till India's Natco come up with its generic version, Vinat, selling at a fraction of the price that patients paid for Gleevec. Its FSC was established when VNet became the standard drug prescribed and provided by government hospitals in India in place of Gleevec. The stories of Ranbaxy, Lipitor, Dr. Reddy's, Zyprexa, and Sun Pharma's generic Seroquel are some of the other examples, strengthening the impact of increased consumer surplus on supply chain performance. In India, generic Gleevec manufactured and marketed by Cipla is available only for 300 rupees, which is around $7 per tablet, while Gleevec 400 mg costs around 3000, which is around $70 or 10 times higher. With assured equal value to the patient, the price differential between the two appeared as a consumer surplus and catapulted the Indian generic drug industry to one of the world's largest. Direct impact of consumer surplus on supply chain performance was thus dramatically demonstrated. It is interestingly to observe the availability of Indian generic drugs has had a profound effect on the functioning of organizations like Medicine Sans Frontiers (MSF). Our reliance on Indian generic drugs for treating patients with HIV and AIDS across all the programs in MSF is particularly acute. Around 80% of AIDS medicine we use are generic drugs made by Indian companies, says MSF pharmacist Janice Lee. In fact, even other major donors such as the Global Fund, PEPFAR, United, and the UNICEF rely on generic drugs. Such preponderant reliance on Indian generic drugs would not have been possible if not for the sustainable or substantial consumer surplus these drugs provided. A year's treatment with tenofovir disoproxil fumarate, that is TDF or PMPA, marketed by Gilead Sciences under the trade name Viread, sorry for that, from an originator company costs $613, and in some middle income countries the prices rise over to $1,000, while the generic version of this cost only 176 in a fixed dose combination. The attraction of generic drugs is obvious. India tops the world in export of generic medicines, worth 11 billion, and currently the Indian pharmaceutical industry is one of the world's largest and most developed. In this connection, we need to explore the following issues relating to increasing demand for generic drugs the world over. Now, second one, here again we fall back on the pharma industries for an example of suppliers or producers surplus. A newly discovered or developed drug such as an antibiotic producing dramatic results, usually qualified as a wonder drug, or commands a high price with a considerable part of it being in the nature of producer's surplus till an alternative appears in the market and forces the price to get down. Penicillin, discovered in 1940, was hailed as such as a wonder drug at that time. However, now it is a commonplace with several other quality effective antibiotics, including generic ones, being available in the market which are far inexpensive. By 1949, the price of penicillin has dropped from $20 per 10,000 units in 1943 to less than 10 cents. So, one of the generic antibiotics, erythromycin, widely prescribed in place of penicillin, is now produced by over 60 companies and is listed under 136 brand in MedIndian's database. While justified to an extent as a measure to recover the high research and development costs involved in drug discoveries, the extent of supply chain surplus retained as producer surplus is hard to establish, but certainly deserves determination. And in supply chain based on principle of trust, transparency and mutuality among all the constituents. So we have few questions. Why are generic cheaper than the patented drugs? Why the demand for drugs or generic drugs is high both in developed and developing world? Are the underlying reasons for this increase in demand the same in both cases? Which part of the supply chain can be identified as a major contributor to reduction in the cost of generic drugs? I think it will be customer resource. And what do you suggest? That will be a good one. So we have some. This one was basically whole those case study was done by the Field News when the interview happened in 2010. Why India's generic India medicine is industry is so important. So this is one of the case which we are highlighting today, and I hope you find this case study beneficial because and yeah, just to give an example, not to a drug, I'll give you an example of the apple cider vinegar. This has been used as a in industry a lot actually, and you know the Bragg's apple cider vinegar is there, and then we have a Wow Science which has just developed I think 2 to 3 years back, and they have literally giving up the particular composition with mother's vinegar in just half the price. So I'll be commenting down the links for those two. You can go and verify among yourself, and I think it's a very good example of Indian industries helping our consumer a lot better than what foreign industries are doing it. So let's see, we will meet again tomorrow. Bye bye.